Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, May 9th, 2020, and the time is 9:15 p.m. I'm 15 minutes late for our live chat, so I'm just waiting for people to come into the room. Gonna restart my cell phone while we wait. And just to make sure that the technology issues will not be my fault. Welcome everybody. Sorry I'm late. I completely forgot. Wasn't for Diane 57, I wouldn't be here. I was just chilling, watching television in bed, actually talking on the phone. That's the only reason I saw her message. So we're waiting. We got 12 people. That's pretty good for being 15 minutes late. Let's restart. Pull up the comments on my phone here. I just threw this shirt on. I actually got my house dress under here. So, yeah. I was chilling. I've been chilling all day. Hope everybody had a good week. Let's see. We've got Robin Boyd here. Says, good evening, T. Get that volume down. Let me go ahead and set this social media stuff to silent or mute it. Let's see. So, hi, Robin. Thank you for being the first into the room today. Diane says, hey, T, good to see you. I don't told him. It wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here, girl. Debbie Crane says hello. Hi, Debbie. Cool Gals here says hi, T, and everyone. Vicki Lemire is here saying hello. And June Hansen says, hi, Miss T and everyone. Hope everyone has a great Mother's Day tomorrow. Thank you. That's really nice. The same to every mother that's in the chat today. Happy Mother's Day to you all. And Camille Anderson says, did my blocks arrive today? I went to the post office yesterday. I didn't know your blocks were going to come on Saturday, so I did not go. I went yesterday and got 3 sets of blocks, so I'll check for yours. I could, it depends. I'll go see if I can check it tomorrow. The lobby part is open. If they put it into a bigger locker, I can pick it up tomorrow. I'll check it out, Camille, so thanks for letting me know. Dee Dee says, afraid you were sick or something, T, when I couldn't find you. Girl, I was just chilling. I thought today, even though I knew yesterday was Friday, today I've been busy doing stuff that I hadn't even deciphered what the day was. And so I just been chilling, just hanging out. I just got through cooking dinner, ate dinner. And then after I ate, I was like, I'm going to watch a little television. So I was kind of just chilling. What else? And she says, it's not like you to not be there when you say you will be there. Yes. Now, last Saturday, I wasn't here either because I slept right through it. So I was trying not to mess up this week and still forgot. So Francesca is here. Hi, Francesca. She says, hello, T and all. Trisha Tello is here. Says, hi, watching from Southern California. I hope everyone is okay. Same thing to you, Trisha. I'm doing fine other than just sinus issues. I just took sinus meds for. Let's see. Judy is here saying hello, T and everyone. Kim Burris is here. Hi, Kim. She says, hi, T and everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much. LaConte Middleton is here, says, hi, everyone. Hi to you as well. Diane says, I'm signing my name. Does that mean you signing your name on your blocks? Francesca says, just when I thought I was done with masks, reopening means more mask. Oh my goodness. I haven't had to make any now, I think in maybe 2.5 weeks or so. So I'm doing really good right now. Nobody has asked me. Let's see. Debbie Dillinger is here. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the live chat. She says, hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Thank you. Same to you as well. And Debbie says, we'll be wearing masks for a while. You got that right. Cheryl Bean says, hi, T and all. Hope everyone is doing well. Same to you, Cheryl. Francine is here. Says, hello, everyone. I thought I missed most of it. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I just received elastic, so I'm sewing masks again. Goodness gracious. Some of you all are diligent with those masks. Camille is saying, oh yes, hello everyone and happy Mother's Day. Tiffany is here. I must have missed her name. How did I miss Tiffany? That was the first time. Okay, I didn't miss it. I thought maybe I missed it. Oh yes, Tiffany's Quilting Life says, hi T and everyone. Hi Tiffany. I did miss it. Linda Griffin is here, says, hi T and everyone. Beautiful day today. I wouldn't know because I didn't even go out there. I've been so busy. I've been working on a butler, trying to do a row quilt, like a vertical quilt. And I had the first 2 vertical rows lined up, so I wasn't even thinking when and roll the quilt top to do the next set of rows. And that thing just stitched all crazy. I did not take it out because it's my quilt and it was an experiment. And so it just gave me trouble the entire time. So it started out perfect and it is ending cattywampus. But, you know, it's a learning thing. And I'll be talking about it in my, whenever I finish it, in my finishing video. But, you know, everything does not work according to plan. So, and I do kind of know what went wrong, but yeah. But it's my quilt. It doesn't really matter. I saved it as an experiment quilt top. So it's been sitting, I'm going to say over 10 years in a stack to be quilted. So quilted with a little cattywampusness is better than not quilted at all. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Linda Griffin says, okay, yes, she was the one saying beautiful day. Diane says, yep, on my blocks, then black sashing and then mailing, yes. And June says, she's talking to Tiff. Camille says, I just wanted to let you know they're on their way, okay. Reba Nelson is here saying hello to all. Hi, Reba, welcome to the chat. If any of you all have questions that are quilt related, feel free to drop them into the chat box as well. We'll answer any questions if you're stuck on something or just curious about something. Let's see. So we've got Claudette Bettis here saying hello T and everyone. Hi Claudette, welcome to the chat. So again, if you all got any questions you want answered, go ahead and put those in the chat box. I am not going to be sewing on pineapple blocks because I have not cut more pieces. I have not been in that area. I've been quilting or doing desk work most of this week. Doing desk work because I'm trying to I had to determine whether or not we were going to have the Teaquilts retreat, which is scheduled June. The nice thing is, since we've got such a small group, the area that we have will hold us, making sure that we're spaced apart. Just can't do any of those group hug type things. So yeah, that's the thing. And then when we take pictures, a group picture, I guess we'll be taking a group picture with mask on. So it just looked a little weird for one year. But let me see, 10 of the 18 or 10 of the 17 people scheduled decided that they wanted to go ahead and go with it. Those 10 were going to be doing, we're going to be driving in, or I think a couple of them are local that I don't know. I've never met before. I don't think. They may have met me and I just don't remember them. I don't know. But, so Teaquilts will be happening in, Teaquilts retreat will be happening in June. We're just going to do social distancing. That room that we are using normally can hold 35 plus people in there because we've done it with my large quilt guild. So we should have plenty of social distancing space. So that's the plan. Let's see, Remo JS is here saying good evening from Bowie, Maryland. Welcome to chat. Robin said, what's the best batting to make a quilt heavy? Cotton battings are normally heavier than any other battings. And then you go into more density, because even if you use wool kind of feels like it's thicker, but it's really not as heavy. And then if you really want to quilt heavy, what I would do is I would use 2 layers of batting, my opinion, especially if it's going to be long arm quilted. I would use 2 layers. The old batting back in the day used to be the thickness of what we get for 2 layers of, say, warm and natural now. That batting is so different from what it used to be. So if you really want a heavy quilt, which are the types of quilts that I like, then I would use 2 layers of warm and natural or any 100% cotton batting. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Remo is reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see. Sometimes I go back to the top and then I can't get back to the bottom. I had to go see something at the top of my screen. Okay. Vivian Calvi is here. Hi, Vivian. Welcome. Was something I wanted to tell Vivian, but I can't remember. I have a short attention span. I don't know why you popped in my head. I don't know. I have my soap. I've been hiding my soap from my husband. And since we've been in the pandemic, I've been using my regular Dove soap. And I'm keeping this soap, just in case. So, yeah, but I don't know why you popped in my head, but you did. Tiffany's Quilting Life says, I'm curious about your long arm. Does that easy butler thing stitch in any length for the things it stitches, or can you choose the stitch length, or does it have a default for designs? I choose my stitch length, but I don't have perfect stitch. Butler Robotics comes with the Butler Robotics, and then it also comes with an add-on that's called Perfect Stitch. Perfect Stitch is for those machines that are not stitch regulated. My Vision 2.0 is stitch regulated, so therefore I didn't have to buy that additional add-on. I control my stitch length from my Vision, so I can stitch any stitch length that I want. I can make it smaller or larger, and I can even do basting, and I can do like giant. I think I can baste like up to 4 or 5 inches apart if I wanted to. If I wanted to baste a quilt for somebody that wanted to do hand quilting, I probably would use like a 1-inch basting grid. But yes, my system does, because it's already a regulated machine. You got to have a regulated machine, or it's recommended. I think you need to have regulated, because otherwise it's just going to stitch what it wants. My brother is here. He says, hey sis, I'm here. Hi everyone. Hope everyone stays safe. Thank you so much. You too. Tell your wife Happy Mother's Day. Robin's asking, are you having another later in the year? No, I tend to do the Teaquilts retreats every 2 years, and I tend to like to keep them on the even years, because our quilt show is on the odd year, and I do a lot with my quilt guild with me lecturing and trying to make sure I have my entries ready. And then sometimes I vend, and then I help with the, organizing of some part. Like I organized the vendors last year. So I try to do every other year for my retreats, just because um, I'm so busy with our quilt show in the odd year. Jennifer Mizard is here. She says, so glad we are pushing on with retreat, starting to plan my projects. Now, see, I put a whole hold on my whole process with retreat because I just didn't know what the heck we were going to do. So I've got to figure out now a whole agenda and all this kind of stuff, but I'm still trying to get that final head count so I know exactly what I need to pay. And I don't want to pay for people that aren't going to come. I've already given them one deposit. So 30 days out, I've got to give them another deposit. And then the final after the retreat's over. So I do have you, Jennifer, in the I'm planning to be there. So you're all set and ready to go. I got to get my butt back in gear because this pandemic, like I told you all before, it's kind of depressed me a little bit where I'm anxious about a lot of things. And that was because I'm scheduling all of this stuff, dealing with I had two different groups that I was dealing with on retreats, various retreats. My business as a whole, as far as my lectures and workshops, was issues, and it wasn't that anything was stressful because I didn't want to go talk to a room full of people anyway if it was so bad out there. But it was just the stress of everything that was going on. Couldn't sleep at night, and so I just been quilting up a storm, just going crazy over here. So I could not even focus on anything retreat related other than the coordination of them and were we going or not. I've been sending out various emails. I've had people contacting me even when I didn't send out emails. So, it's like when I work on it for so much, it's like I can't handle any more of it. So now I gotta try to get as much as I can get done for retreat real soon. So I got to start working on that, but I still got to wait for a final count by next Wednesday, hopefully. Maria Mayer is here. She says, hi, Tan, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Thank you, Maria. It's really sweet. You're welcome, Robin. She's just saying thank you. Mary is here. She says, I was here early and didn't see you also. Did laundry. Happy Mom's Day. Thank you so much, Mary. Yeah, I was late. I was like that 15 minutes late for class when it's okay for you to leave, but I came in right on the 15th minute, so you couldn't leave. Let's see. Carolyn Bowser is here. She says, hi, T and all. To all the mothers, happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Carolyn. The same to you all. Vivian Calvi says, how many people are going on the retreat in June? Right now, I've got confirmed 11. I had a vote, and 10 people said they wanted. We have 18 scheduled. 10 people said they wanted to go ahead with the retreat. Some people just wanted me to postpone to next year, which was an option, and then people wanted to be canceled. And only 2 people said to be canceled completely. And I've got some people that asked to be postponed. I need to hear from them when they decide what they want to do. And part of the problem with retreat is, traveling in certain areas. Like if you're in California, a lot of the states don't want you flying in from any of the bad areas like California, New York, that kind of stuff. And I do have one person from California, and that's an issue. That's the only flight restriction that I see right now today. Now, all of that could be changing. I got like 2 or 3 people that will need to fly in. So that's, where the number could change. None of the 10 that confirmed are coming. It's the other 7 that I'm kind of concerned about. Well, not really 7, 5. So I'm sure I'm going to have some more cancellations. Let's see. Jennifer says, whoop. She's ready for a retreat. Jennifer came to my first retreat 2 years ago. And I had it in September that year. And we actually went to Missouri Star Quilt Company. We went to that area. So, yes. Diane 57 says, what will you do about rooms? That's the thing. People will have to, if you want a single room, you're going to have to end up paying more money for a single room, which is what I plan to do. I'll just go ahead and get a single room for myself, and I'll just have to pay the extra money. And I was trying to get a discount from the company. I guess I can say that in my video. I didn't say that in my note. I did try to get like a discount for us having to get single rooms because of COVID, but they don't charge that much for a single. It's only $125 more for 5 nights. So technically it's $25 more for a single room. So, and I did understand their take on it was that they still have to have somebody clean even more rooms, and they couldn't do that at the regular rate. And so I understand that. And then you talking about COVID, people been off work, and people, they haven't been getting all the money. All of their stuff has been canceled. So I fully understand from their point of view as well. But I did try to get a discount, but it just didn't work out. And I do fully understand because, like I said, $25 to have your own room is cheap. Teresa Louise, I quilt too, says hello to everyone. Hi, Louise. Teresa, I'm calling you. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking it's Louise. I don't think it's Louis. I'm sorry. BB Oliver's message was retracted. Barbara Baker is here. Says hi T. How did you do the pineapple quilt behind you? Did you use a special ruler or paper piece? I used the AccuQuilt die cutting system, which was really nice because I didn't have to do any scoring up. I just had to cut my pieces and sew. And let's see. Vicky says buffering. Try refreshing, Vicky. I don't see any buffering from my screen or my phone. Normally, I know it a little bit before you. And Slowing Down Joe says, so far, clear in Oregon. Cheryl Bing says, I know what you mean. I feel stressed out myself. I have a rare medical condition, and I was trying to decide whether to postpone my chemo treatments. So afraid of getting sick. And yeah, and that's the hard thing, trying to go back and start doing regular things in life, and how are we going to do that and still try to stay safe. And I know some friends that were trying to do in vitro before this all happened. And so now they've got the appointment scheduled with the doctor, and it's kind of leery to be going into places now and then, people doing invasive stuff to you. So you just got to just pray on it. You still need to be treated with your chemo. So you just got to pray on it. Phoebe says, hi T and quilty friends. Finally, I can say hello on my tablet. Good to see you, and wish all ladies happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's really nice. Remo says, clean and sewing room made 80 masks for seniors and family. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of masks. You made more masks in one setting than I made. Uh-oh. Diane, I accidentally deleted. I think I put it back. I don't know. I just hit the screen and it deleted your message. Hold on. Let me see. And she says no buffering. Unhide. I don't know how I did that. Okay, I unhid, but it's still, Diane, try to type something, because all your stuff was hidden by me for some reason. I just touched the screen. Okay, I deleted your tool. Okay, it should be back now, Diane. I don't know what I hit. View deleted message. She was saying hi to Teresa Louise, and then she was she was letting people know it was no buffering. I'm trying to see if I can get them all back now. These two down here I can't get back, so sorry, Diane. Regina Connor is here. She says, hello, my quilt friends. Hi, Regina. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. Camille says, I'm going to have to say goodnight. Catch you next time. Again, happy Mother's Day to all mothers here tonight. Thank you so much. See you next time. And I'll let you know probably Wednesday for sure that your blocks are here. And if you got your email address in there, once I go through and open it up and get your blocks registered in, then I also send you an email letting you know that your blocks have arrived. So you will know before other people. Okay. Teresa's letting me know her name is right. Kathy Kelly is here saying hello to everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much, Kathy. Appreciate that. She says, I just tried. Give me back my tool. You do have a tool. She says, I'm good. Now some buffering. So I still haven't seen any buffering. So a little bit weird that I don't see it on my phone, because normally I'll see it on my phone before you guys get it. So try refreshing a little bit. So that's all the comments that I have. Again, if you got any questions, you can go ahead and pop them in a box. I will show you this quilt top that I made. I think I'm going to give it to my great niece. I'm a great aunt for the second time. She just had a baby. Oh, that was my light box just falling off. I have it in a spot. It just fell out. But I just got through quilting this. So I am just going to finish off this binding spot while I'm sitting here. I've got my two ends, my tails. I actually put this on a long arm. So then I have to come in here and finish it off. That was Mary said, oh, pretty and happy. Yeah, this is another one of them UFOs that's just been sitting there for forever. I got to even go figure out when the date was. I got to pick up this light box because I don't want to step on it or roll on it in my chair. I don't even remember when I made this quilt. This is my pineapple pieces. I did not cut more pieces, so I'm just going to slide that back there for a second. Hope it don't fall. And I have people asking me, what is this right here? This is heat transfer vinyl. Somebody asked me that before, and then I forgot to tell them. But it's actually heat transfer vinyl that I use when I make t-shirts. And it needs to go over there, but at one point I was trying to reorganize my room, and I've just stopped when I started making masks. And so I want to move it, and I just haven't gotten it able to go into the space I want it to go in. So it's taking up valuable tabletop space here. So I know you all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to, I got just this small part I need to do so I can finish this off and go iron it. Let's see. The answers, I see some more stuff coming in. Robin says, where do you have the retreats? I have never been to a retreat. This year I'm having a retreat at a place called Mercy Center. It's a place where the nuns live, but they also have office space that they rent out, and they also have a retreat center with a built-in cafeteria. Oops, I don't have any thread. I probably pulled it Yeah, I can see I pulled it because it's all around my scissors back there. Yep. So I that's just this year. There is no telling where I will be having it next year, or if I may be at the same place. I don't know yet, but we'll see. This place has two large areas. The area that I wanted was already scheduled by somebody, so we couldn't get that particular area. But who knows? I'll see if that group cancels. She might be willing to move us into the other area. So, yes, 3 boxes came in. Just in case you're here, Phyllis Garner's came in. Celia Swain and Tonicia. Can't remember your last name. But nobody has your first name, I'm sure. So, Francesca says, in case anyone is interested, Blueprint Warehouse is open with a 50% off coupon. Not that I need more fabric, but half off is good. You ain't get a code? I have not been ordering from them as much. I used to order from them when it was Etsy, but I just feel like they weren't giving us as great a deals that Etsy used to give us. And when you're a person like me that has your own fabric store in your house, it's very difficult for me to buy something if it's not that great deal. So I have not ordered anything from Blueprint since it changed its name or was sold and then changed its name. So that's pretty cool that they've got a 50% off. But I remember I was waiting for Black Friday time, because the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they had all kinds of sales they used to would have on Etsy. And they did not do any of that kind of stuff. I know I could get charm packs for $5 or less. And that's when I would buy stuff for my scrap club so that I could use it for door prizes. But that did not happen. So now I've just sewn my seam. I'm just putting some pins in here so I can finish sewing this binding down where I just made the connection. Thank you, Diane. Mary saying that the quilt's cute. Tiffany, June, Cheryl, Kim, Vivian, BB. Thank you, guys. Diane says, do we need to heat set our blocks? I'm going to say no, because when I get my blocks from you all, I'm not going to trust that you did it. You could have missed the block. I'm going to heat set all of mine anyway, so when I'm pressing and finishing off the quilt tops, I plan to heat set my blocks, so that's why I didn't tell you all to do that. I just feel like if you want to make sure something is heat set, you need to do it yourself. And if it washes out after you heat set it, then they didn't use the right marker. And also, I plan to give you all like a list of the names and cities of everybody that participated, just in case somebody didn't put it on their block. I did tell people that that was a requirement for being in the retreat, that you had to have your first and last name and city and state. So we will make sure you get what you need for that. And Cheryl is asking, Francesca, do you know how long Blueprint is having the fabric sale? Diane says, I want a retreat bad, but have to watch my health. I understand. Regina says, please hit the thumbs up for T. Thank you, and I pray all is doing well. Thank you so much, Regina. I appreciate your telling them to hit that thumbs up button. And Diane says, I know what you mean about prices. Yes, Lord. When you got a lot of stuff, you got to have the best deal in order to spend your money nowadays. So Kim says, good night, everyone. I'm falling asleep trying to watch. Happy Mother's Day to all. Bye-bye, Kim, and happy Mother's Day to you, too. And Mary says, I don't like Blueprint as well. And I remember when they first bought it, All they were trying to sell you was memberships. They didn't talk about no other kind of sales other than a membership sale. And it's like, I'm not interested in being a member. I just want great fabric deals. Maria says, Quilt Store in Las Vegas does a live stash sale on Tuesdays and Saturdays on YouTube. That's pretty cool. I've seen some other people doing that too. And I noticed when they did the virtual quilt show that it was just a lot of advertisements. And I'm not interested. I kind of lose my interest if I got to go through a lot of advertisements and stuff first. Tiff says, I'm doing Marco Polo with my daughter right now, multitasking because all my kids want me for Mother's Day. That's cool. Somebody told me to download the app, and I did, and then it was like, I'm not using it, so I uninstalled it. I'm like, the person that even told me to do it didn't send me anything for like a month or two. So I'm like, why can't you just send it to me in Messenger or something? I don't know. She was saying, do you have it in different states? No, I have not. I've only had, this is the second Teaquilts retreat. The first one was in Missouri Star area, which was Hamilton, Missouri, still Missouri. And this one, because I went through so much trouble to have that retreat, setting it up, and not a whole lot of people signing up. I think we had 7 people total with me, and I had some of my, I had one friend that, that came with me, that I had her come. I met Claudette, and I met Jennifer, and those were the only 2 new people that I met. So technically 2 new people. One from California, one from Alabama. The other 2 people came from Ohio. Well, 2 people came from Ohio, but they used to live in St. Louis, and they come visit their family, so they were coming anyway. So they came, and then the only other person was a lady from my quilt guild. So I met 2 new people. We had a great time, so I'm not upset about having the retreat as a whole, like not having it, I guess, because we had a great time at retreat, just the 7 of us. So it was a lot of work because I had more people saying they were going to come, and so I was trying to get a space in that area that would hold 30 people. And, that did not happen. And so, people don't tell you. People never say they're not going to come per se. You just don't get the money. And so then I didn't know until the deadline that we weren't going to have that many people. So I had to cancel that out. And then I was scrambling trying to get another spot and was just glad that other place was available. So scheduling retreats is a lot of work. I prefer to do it locally, because it's just easier for me to go see places. I want to make sure that wherever we're going and staying is okay. I don't want to just go by pictures that they put on their website, because I find a lot of times that's not accurate. Some places we've gone to, be infested with flying bugs at night by the lights. You need to know that kind of stuff. You don't want to have people coming into something that they're not aware of that they're going to be going into. So that's why I like this place. It's an actual center. Once you enter the center, technically you don't have to go out, because you can eat there, you got your rooms there, and you got your sewing. It's all in one building connected. You just got to walk to it. You just got to get to where you're going. So, but no, right now I'm not thinking about planning retreats in another state other than it would be Illinois, which would be just right across the river from Missouri, because I go to retreats in those areas as well. It just depends on the number of people coming and what it is that I want to do with people. Maria says, Cozy Quilt Design is doing a trunk show and pattern sale on Facebook Monday. Teresa says, my local quilt shop is doing Facebook Live too at some great deals. That's pretty cool. Mary says, maybe you could get a non-refundable deposit from retreaters early on. When I first started, I just told people, when I done the first deposit, it was a $25 non-refundable deposit per person. So that's what's non-refundable at this point, is $25, because with this pandemic, I haven't like finalized our numbers with this facility, and that's what I got to do by next Friday. So that's why they're getting off with just a $25 fee, non-refundable fee. Reba Nelson says, "What is a quilt gill?" um, Depending on which quilt gill it is, it could be one of the best things that you ever go to. Sometimes when you go to quilt gills and you don't know what's going on, people can seem a little standoffish. But a quilt gill is basically a group of people that meet usually monthly. Most quilt gills you meet monthly, although you will probably find some groups that might meet weekly. What our guild does is we meet monthly, and then we have other breakout sessions that are not official guild meetings. They're like to go and learn who the people are. Like we'll meet at the libraries 2 Thursdays of the month. People tend to come in and do hand sewing. They can bring a sewing machine if they want to, but couple hours on so that you can get to know people in the guild. To me, that's a great way to get to know guild members. Is not trying to meet them at a guild meeting, but meeting them at breakout sessions, however they have that going. We also have charity quilts, a meeting once a month, and so people can get to go to that as well and meet people. That's another great way. But basically, guilds meet. Most of them have bylaws. They have rules, and most times you will have to pay a membership fee, and they're normally nominal fees. I'm going to say the most I've ever paid to be a member of a guild is $30 per year. And for that, you tend to get a newsletter. Most guilds are using emails for that. We used to have to mail that kind of stuff out, but now with technology, they kind of get emailed to you. So you'll get a newsletter. Let's see. At the guild meetings, you have like a membership place. They charge people that are not members per meeting. Might be up to $5, $10, depending on the guild, how much they charge. Especially if they have a speaker, they may charge more. You have, most of them have quilt shows, which is one of the reasons why I like quilt guilds, because it's a nice way to show your work in a professional setting. Invite your family and friends to the quilt show, and they can really see the importance of your quilt making, especially if they don't understand it now. They can't figure out what it is that you're doing. Most guilds have shows. We do show and tell. So if you make something, no matter what your skill level is, you kind of get advice if you're looking for advice. They tend to have quilt classes. Sometimes members will get a discount over people that are non-members attending the class. So it's a club, basically, is what a guild is. And what they do is based on their bylaws. And we have a whole lot of other things that we do. We have challenges as well during the year. We have a free-for-all where we bring all of our stuff that we're no longer interested in. You put a price on it, and then we see if anybody else want to buy it. So it just depends on the guild and what type of activities that they do. And I'm sure I've missed a whole lot. Oh, and then they do hire in speakers, which I mentioned. And so as a member, you get to see that speaker for free. But if people are non-members, then they have to pay a fee to get in. And then that's also a way of getting to meet national speakers sometimes. And we may do one national speaker every other year at our guild. It just depends on your guild's finances and how they want to spend their money. And we spend our money by having quilt shows. Let's see. Lady T is here, says, "Are your retreats open to the public?" Yes, they are open. We did sign up a while ago. Last October was the last time to sign up, so I won't have a retreat in 2021. I just got to add 1 to 20, Tijuana. Just do it. So I'll probably start like trying to get head counts for people that might want to come to retreat, say like next July or something, and then deadline for like non-refundable deposit. I'll do that in October or something like that, and then try to finalize how much it's going to cost and stuff like that once I get a head count. I can't go to certain, and the reason why I need a head count, is because each facility holds a different number of people. So if we only have 12 people, there's a facility that I can use that's more conducive to the 12 people. But if we're going to have more than that, then there's other facilities that I need to go to determine where we need to have our meetings. And that's why I like meeting in my own area, because I know what the capacities are to the certain retreat centers. So, yes, they are open to the public. It's just that this one, I'm not taking any new people signing in. I'm just going to go with whatever we already have, even if people are canceling. And that's because I don't want to start all over from scratch trying to get people up to date on what it is that we're doing. Teresa says it's called Your Best Friend's Quilt Shop if anyone wants to check it out. Mary says, I wonder why some guilds are so stuffy. I think a lot of guilds are going to appear to be stuffy when you go to a guild meeting. And that's because I know from my own personal experience, when I go to guild meeting, it's like I have so many minutes. I try to go a half hour before the meeting starts. Normally somebody is there and have the door open up to an hour before, sometimes. But also where we meet, we have a daycare. And so they're in there and people are leaving, so I can get in and out the door. I try to go a half hour before the meeting starts. And I know I have an agenda. I might have quilts that I've quilted for people that I'm trying to pass back out. Somebody may have a t-shirt. Somebody may want to see something that they told me to bring, and so I got to bring that. Somebody might have wanted a piece of fabric, and so I got to go drop it off over there. And so I have an agenda of things that I'm trying to get done before the meeting start. And so when you see me rushing around from one person to the next, and if somebody stop me and say, hi, Teajuana, how you doing? I got a question. I do stop, give them that time, and then I tend to move on. But it's not like I'm talking to everybody that I'm walking past. I might be doing really quick general hellos unless somebody slow me in my tracks. And that's because in my head, I've got these things that I'm trying to tick off my list, my to-do list. A lot of people don't see anybody all month until they come to guild meeting. And so people might have what I call cliques, group of people that hang out all the time, or they do the same thing, the same type style of quilting. And so they might be all together conversing, and you might be sitting right next to a group of people talking, and they're not including you in the conversation. And it's not like an intentional thing. It's just that everybody's got to get everything out that they want to get out. I'm not saying that you're not going to meet a rude quilter, because that probably is going to happen. But I wouldn't let a quilter determine whether or not I'm going to join a guild or not. Especially not like one or two. I would try to give them a few meetings where I would go to see what's going on. And then if I feel like I don't fit in that particular guild, you can kind of tell by show and tell. If you like bright stuff and the guild keeps bringing in Civil War stuff, then maybe that guild's not for you. If you like get up and do show and tell, and you like African themed quilts, and nobody like say, oh, that's pretty, or tell you that you did a nice job, then maybe that guild's not for you. You know, you just have to determine what's for you. But I wouldn't let anybody run me out of something that I wanted to be a part of. I gotta find where I'm at. Sorry if I missed saying hi to anyone. I've been making pizza. Let me make sure. Triana is trying to say hi to everybody. I missed that. So hi to you as well. Thank you, Debbie. She says very pretty. Love the colors. So yeah, a guild is what you make it. And then like if you don't like that particular guild, I I actually joined the guild that was closest to my house just because most guilds meet at night, but there are a few guilds that also have day sessions. So that's why I chose my guild. But if you don't like a guild, you can decide maybe you might need to go a little further to find another guild. You know, you don't have to join just one. We've got bigger guilds in the St. Louis area. We've got better guilds than the guild that I'm in the St. Louis area. I like my people now that I know them, and I like the fact that it's close to home, and so it's very easy to go to a meeting. Whereas if it's wintertime and the meeting starts at 7 o'clock and it's already dark at 4:30, I may not want to do a 45-minute ride to go to a quilt guild meeting. I got to drive there, and then I've also got to drive back. So that's something that you have to consider when you're getting into guilds that are further and further away from your home. So yeah, I see some more comments coming up. Oh, Sasha's trying to type. Eric Oda is here saying hello. Hi, Eric. Welcome. Lisa Peg says, I'm late. Hello, T and everyone. And hello, Triana. She's so excited she keeps saying her name. That is cute. Mary says, good grief, another protest at the state capitol. And we are opening, so what's to protest? And no mask, no social distancing. Robin says, I'm looking forward to 2021. I think we're all looking forward to 2021, Robin. I think if we could put 2021 in a bag and seal it up, 2020 in a bag and seal it up, we'd all do that to get rid of 2020. I think we're already tired of this. And it was, I had some friends that, like, have gone through some difficult things in 2019 and was so looking forward to the year 2020. Although they had such bad 2019s that they are okay with just staying home in quarantine, you know. But it definitely, we could have better year than what we're definitely having now. So I'm looking forward to that. But our next retreat will be 2022, and I'll start the sign-ups in 2021. Getting a head count so I know which facility. And then once I get that facility based on, and I used to do head counts like my first year when you learn a lot as you're organizing stuff. I did head count based on I'm coming. I'm like, okay, so that's this many people. And then I go book that facility and the people don't pay. So what I do is I do a non-refundable head count fee so that when I go to that facility, most facilities, in order for you to save that date, they want you to put some money down. And that's what I did for this center. So I gave all of those $25 head counts to the facility to hold our dates. And now 30 days out from retreat, I've got to pay a substantial amount of the fee. And that's just this facility. If I was at another facility, they want half down when you schedule the date. So it just depends on where I'm having the retreat and how many people are planning to go. So that's why people are basically getting off with only having a $25 cancellation fee. And I didn't charge anything for my time. I just say it's just something that I do. So let's see. Eric says, hey, 2020 not done yet. Don't matter how it starts. What counts is how you finish. I guess you can look at it in the positive that way as well. And Diane says, we will be stronger for all that we've been through. You got that right. Lisa says, did you see where a customer shot a security guard because the guard wouldn't let the man in the store for not wearing a mask? Yes, I saw that. Robin says, I found a great guild by me. That's pretty cool. A lot of people have come to me and said that they, have difficulties with finding guilds in their area because the people are just outright rude. Um, Mary says that's a lot of work, T. Yes, it is. Organizing stuff is a lot of work. And most people, you know, when you're organizing something, you got to remember that it's one person doing the organizing, and then all the individual people think that they're single as well, that they're solo, but then they're contacting me for this and that. And then I even had people contacting me that didn't even sign up for a retreat. I had some people pay the $25 head count fee and then canceled out when it was time to pay. I think I had to get, I think it was $100. Once I had them pay the $25, I needed another $100 just because this woman told me that once I do that scheduling, I needed to have that money. I'm like, okay, so let me make sure I have the money so I'm not using my money. And then I had a lot of people cancel out then, you know, so I'm dealing with people that are not even going to be at retreat for a good length of time, you know. So, and I do understand all of that. So, yeah, it is what it is. That's what organizing is. Eric goes, what are we sewing tonight? Nothing. I was just finishing the binding on this quilt top. It's a baby quilt. Well, it's just a small quilt, but I'm making it now to give to a baby. I'm finishing it. I just quilted it. It's just charm squares with sashing that make stars, basically, like that. Okay, so that's it. I was just finishing off the binding. I got to go press it at the iron, press the binding to the back, and I also need to make a label for it as well. So I'm not sewing anything. I should be doing pineapple blocks, but I'm not. I'm taking a break. Thank you, Lisa. So I'm just trying to go through the comments to make sure. And Eric says pretty too. Thanks, Eric. So yes, um, that's all that I know. Is I've been working on retreat and machine quilting for the most part. So this one went pretty easy. The one on my frame is a hot mess, but I'm gonna show it to you all in my finishes and talk about it. Talking about T was why you gotta tell on me, Diane? Talking about T was vegging out. I had to remind her. Yes, you did. Vivian says, good night, all. I'm getting sleepy. Good night, Vivian. I'll see you next time. I probably won't come on Monday. Just because last Monday was such a chore. We got kicked off like 3 or 4 times. I think it was 3 times I had to log in on those live chats for last Monday just because I forget all about the number of students that are home on the computer systems, people working from home, and it just constantly kicked us out. It kept us audio but no video. So Maria says, I finished my Cocapelli quilt top and now it's hanging in the closet with some others. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to see this stuff. If you in Teaquilts, girl, post some of this stuff so we can see it. Can I put it on my bed? I'm still a baby. Shut up. That's for my brother. Oh my gosh. No, you can't. You already heard who it's for. Ray Dean says, hey T, I'm cutting my pineapple tonight. Thanks for your help with marking the die. You're so welcome. I think it just makes it a whole lot easier to know where to place that fabric and not have to guess every time you go and lay it down. Those lines are so visual. So yes. But I had ate my dinner and I was just chilling. I was so happy. I didn't even start cooking till 7. And the time just kind of slipped past when you're busy doing stuff. I've been trying to figure out why this thing won't do what I want it to do. And yeah, and then you look up and all of your time's gone. So, and Maria says she's going to post next week. Okay, thank you. Into the Teaquilts group. I have a Teaquilts Facebook group. I'm also on Instagram. I don't do a whole lot of posting out there, but I'm out there every now and then. And then I have Teaquilts website. I also have Teaquilts blog. I haven't posted on the blog in so long. My website has a lot of my earlier photos and quilts on there. If you're just looking for something to sit and click through, I don't know, I want to say quilts all the way back to when I started, 1994. Mary's asking if I'm older or my brother. He's a year and a half older than me. Tiffany says, I need to get my stuff done, but every one of my things is long arm work, and it's 100 out there. Oh my gosh. She says, I'll do more after I find a green thread I'm looking for. Then the long arm has to come off its frame. Yeah, and I think we might have one more. I know, where was that got snow? Was it? I don't know if it was New York. Somebody got snow today that was posted on my Facebook. It was a lot of it too. Or was it? I can't remember if it was New York or Wisconsin, but somebody got a lot of snow. So you might get one more little cool spot where you can go out and quilt. So hold on for a minute. So yeah, so that's all I'm doing, and I just use whatever on the back. And then I got this piece on the back. 3 pieces. All of these 3 pieces are on the back. All floral, just getting rid of stuff. These are probably pieces I had left over from other quilt backs. But I like to press my, instead of just folding my binding to the back and then just stitching in the ditch to catch it, I do like to iron it back into place just so that it gives it a little memory. And then when I'm stitching, it's not as, it kind of remembers that memory. Like even just me holding it here, you can kind of see how it's trying to stay a little bit. But if I go do this and then when I lay it on the bed of my machine, it just automatically knows to stay there without moving around too much. So that's why I like to press it. That's another reason I like cotton batting, because I can press it, whereas with polyester, you got to be real careful pressing polyester batting, or not at all. Really shouldn't probably press it at all. You got to definitely use a cooler iron. Robin says, there's a guild closer to me. They were so rude, I walked out. I'm a new quilter and was told they only take seasoned quilters. They are trying to get ribbons. Ain't that something? Now that is hilarious. Now that is rude. And I guess that also means that they didn't have time to teach anybody anything either, which is so sad that the number, you know, it used to be, I don't know if we got more people now, but when you're looking at percentage, I think we have a less percentage of quilters now than we did 100 years ago. And I think part of it is because of people being rude at the guilds and nobody wants to teach anybody anything. I just think it's sad. The great thing is technology has come in and taken care of that with YouTube and Facebook, things like that. So it's just sad. Vlogs. I used to do a lot of educational stuff on my blog. So yeah. I just haven't put anything over there once I started utilizing YouTube. It's like I'm one person. I can't be posting in all these different areas all the time. So, but that's horrible. Tiffany talking about no snow here ever. Haha. It was 88 last night, but I didn't have the color thread I wanted. Okay. Lisa says, happy Mother's Day. I got to hug 2 of my grandkids today. Haven't been able to do that in almost 50 days. Yes. It's been a while. I'm just glad that at least we can start doing stuff with mask and just washing your hands immediately afterwards. So, and Diane says she has it trained. Mary says, will you sew the other side of the binding by machine? Anytime I give a quilt away that nobody paid for, or it's for a baby, even if it's paid for, I stitch the binding on by machine, because little toes can get stuck into your hand stitching. And so I just want to make sure that the quilt lasts. It's going to be washed a lot more. So I don't, for something that I want them to use, I just go ahead and use my machine. Diane says, that's kind of the way I was treated at my local guild. Oh my gosh. Eric says, I walked into a guild once. They said they wouldn't take a male quilter. Then I asked, what about drag queen? If you had walked back in there as a woman, they wouldn't have had any idea. That is too funny. These guilds are something else. I had never heard of this kind of stuff. I do know that we have a private guild in the St. Louis area, and the reason why they're a private guild is because they meet in each other's homes. And if you're meeting in each other's homes, I can see that, you know, you got to go to everybody's house and everybody's got to come to your house. First of all, you got to have space big enough to hold whatever that membership number is. So I can understand people having private guilds that are fully functional guilds. But if it's a large public guild, I can't see these people having all of these stipulations on their membership. That is just terrible. Tricia says, what do you recommend for cloth leaders for a long arm frame? I have a 10-foot frame. I'm looking for leaders that have zippers. This is my first long arm frame. If you're looking for ones that have zippers and you're not making them, I probably would order from one of the long arm companies, any one of them. I know Gamble, I'm using material more like canvas duck that Gamble uses. They got the zippers already on them, because buying the zippers sometimes can be real costly when you're talking about the length that you need. And you're going to need 2, maybe 3 of them, depending on how you're going to put your quilt on the frame. So all 3 of my leaders on my machine have zippers. And I even, when I bought them from Gamble, and then they give you a set, 3 sets of extra zipper part, the zip-on parts. Because if you take that part off to put on another quilt, then you've got the pieces that you can zip on to put on a new quilt top. So Gamble has good ones. I do like their leaders. They're just canvas duck. I know Handy Quilters, theirs is more thinner. I know Poplin, if you're making your own, like not Poplin, pillow ticking is a good material to make your leaders out of as well, if you're making them yourself. And I do know that Joann's has zippers by the yard, if you're making it yourself, that you can get that as well. And then you can use coupons on that if it's not on sale. Maybe it'll be a little cheaper, but you can check the prices of how much that material would cost based on how much it would cost to buy it. So I would just check with the various long arm companies and see what they charge for zippered leaders. And I know Gamble has their prices all online. I don't know about the other companies. Gamble was one of the, when I was looking for prices, they were the only one that had the price of long arm machine online at the time. I know we have difficulties with, like, if you're at a sewing a quilt shop, they won't put their prices of their sewing machines most times online, especially the new ones. They want you to call them so that they can get you the best deal, you know. Yeah, what does this thing cost? And good luck with the long arm frame, Trisha. I hope it works out for you. Remember patience as well when you're learning something new. Everybody's laughing at Eric. And Robin's telling Lisa that when I get my grandkids in my arms, I'm never letting them go. I worked part-time for a catering company and did a Gil's holiday dinner. Those girls were such snobs. Oh my God. And Trisha says, do you use Velcro for the leaders? I don't use Velcro for my leaders. You can use Velcro. Some people staple. I actually have what's called leader grips, and I have a video that'll be coming out. I just recorded that this week. That's the other stuff I've been doing this week. Somebody asked me, how do I load my quilt tops? So it's just the videos are going to be in the queue, so they'll be coming up at some point. I just got to them in order of how I videotape. That's how they go back out. Other than my finishes for the month, that always skips, so that I can get that out, so that it's not coming out at the end of the next month for last month. So yeah, so I use what's called leader grips, so you can look that up as well. That's the name of the company and the name of the product. Eric says the guild I'm with now, at first they were a bit cautious. Then I started doing show and tell, and now they are more comfortable. Yeah, and I think because, well, Eric's tall. And so most times, most guilds don't have men in them. I think we've got one man now, but at one point we had about 4 or 5 males in our guild, and some of them moved away, and so we lost quite a few at one time, and then we've got this couple, and I think that the only reason they're there is because they do long arm quilting. So sometimes people just join a guild just to publicize their business. And I think that's the only reason they're there. I've never seen him get up and say that he quilted anything or he pieced anything. He's there with his wife, and she will get up sometimes and show stuff that she's quilted, but she never says she made it or anything. So some people just join guilds to advertise that they are long arm quilters. So I can see you doing something involved in the group. And one thing too, when you get into a new guild, certain committees, I know certain committees could be it could be terrifying, because you don't want to come in and be president of a quilt guild. First, it probably wouldn't vote you in anyway as a newbie. But you can definitely get on like show and tell committee. Most guilds have book libraries that they rent out or loan out books to their members. Maybe get on we have like an optional block committee where we do an optional block, and people that do it, they bring them all in, put your name in for a drawing. Whoever wins all the blocks that were brought in. So there are certain things that you can do as a new member, and that's a great way to go into a guild, letting them know that you're not here just in passing, that you're here to learn. You want to know what's going on, and then that's a great way to get involved in the board meetings as well. You know, if you really want to know what's going on in a guild. And just because you join don't mean you can't get off if you decide this guild isn't for you. So if you've been there 3 or 4 months and decide, okay, they're opening up membership, go ahead and just pop on one of the committees that you feel is not going to need a lot of your time, but you can get to learn what's going on in that group. People got to come up to you and request something. Like at show and tell, we go up and we need to fill out paperwork for our show and tell. Then they hang it up to show everybody what we put in. So certain committees you can do don't cause you a lot of work. You don't have to do any work once you actually walk out the door. You're just working while you're at the meeting, and that's a great way to meet some of the people. Let me see. Diane says, I had a mental flash of Eric walking into the guild wearing a mini skirt with his long legs. Is just too funny. And Eric's talking about, you should have seen me on Halloween. June says, Diane, you just had to go there. Trisha says, I'm looking forward to seeing how to load a quilt on a long arm frame. Thank you. And like I said, I just recorded it. It's like my last video that I just did this week. So I got let's see, a video or 2 on custom quilting or semi-custom, and then I got the quilts on a video on that select your dream quilt that I showed you all in my finishes. And then I've got preparing your quilt for long arm quilting, and then that video. So it's like 5 videos ahead of it, but I need to do some editing, and I haven't had time this week to do editing. I got one out. Was it today or yesterday? I got one video out on how to make a correction on the butler, because it's real important. When you mess up, you be like, oh my God, what I gotta do? So it'll be coming, and you're so welcome, Tricia. And Tiffany want to know, what kind of long arm did you get? Eric says the philanthropy committees was the first reach out to me when they found out I have a long arm. They have a bunch of tops to be quilted. And see, and I try to do that. If you're quilting for somebody and it's like free quilting, I try to like limit them to like 1 a month or something. I'm not going to be, I can't quilt for you all month for free. So, and he goes, and I need to practice. June says, Eric, that was nice of them. Now that's nice of Eric. Teresa says, I'm the chair at my guild. I try very hard to make everyone feel welcome, but they do have their little cliques that are hard to break through. Yes, it is. And I've actually been guild president. And it is, you would think that it would be an easy job, that basically you're up there just running a meeting. But the people will not let it be an easy job. You got people that are complaining about other quilters talking during the meeting. But if somebody was next to me talking and I couldn't hear our speaker, I would say to the speaker, to the person that's talking while the speaker's up, I'd be like, shh, I need to hear what she's saying. You know, why you got to wait till after a meeting to send me an email to tell me to tell so-and-so to be quiet at the meetings? I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I am not going to do it. They can make that job so hard. I had people, when people volunteered, the year that I became president, all of a sudden everybody was in this hissy about, we don't have any money, we're going broke. I said, okay. And I'm in a guild that's more predominantly white. So I became president, and all of a sudden we don't have money. So I didn't take it personal, but they wanted people to do stuff for free for the guild. So if anybody could make copies, if anybody can donate this, if anybody can do that. And so, okay, so this one girl volunteered to make copies of our flyer for the quilt show. So she came in and she had done where she put 4 on one piece of paper, because you got to remember, this is her cost now. She cut them all, had them in stacks, had them for people to come pick them up. And lo and behold, after she told everybody what they were. Please come up and get them, share them with your family and friends, pass them out when you go to the doctor's office and things like that. The meeting goes into a break. This lady walks up to me. You need to tell her that we need those flyers full-size page, that those little flyers are not going to work. I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. Do you want to be on the quilt show committee? No. I said, well, then the people that are on the committee are making the decisions. If you don't want to make the flyers, or if you don't want to participate on that committee, then you need to let the people on the committee do what they're doing, especially when they're doing it for free. It's like, get a grip. Go get a small flyer, blow it up to any size you want, and have fun. It was free. It was free. So, bye, Lisa. I see she's saying her phone's dying. Appreciate you, T, and glad to see everyone. Yeah, guilds can make it difficult, but members can make it difficult. But I chose to ignore people. If any complaints they brought me that were not valid, I just let them go right over my head. I'm not going to deal with that. Trisha says, a used Husqvarna Viking Mega Quilter with a next generation quilt frame from Grace Company. The manual says it was printed in 2006. I don't know anything about it, but I know some people do have the Grace frame, so pretty cool. And Teresa's over here saying, laughing out loud, I hear you. It's not easy. President of the Quilt Guild could be so easy, but it's not. And Eric says, do people understand the concept of volunteering? We weren't getting paid for this. And that's exactly what's my point. It's like, Even me as president, I wasn't getting paid, but yet you all think that, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm frozen. I'm sure you all can hear me. But we're going to be getting off here soon anyway. But let me go ahead and make sure. But when you're not getting paid, it's like you can just quit complaining. It's like, what are you going to do? Fire me off the quilt committee? um, Tiffany says, Trish, I have a very old video when I loaded my Grace frame. Now I'm on a king quilter, but I do have a loading video somewhere way back in my videos. I only say because most frames load different. I knew you all could still hear me. I don't know what's up with this. And Mary, Diane talking about not yet. Yes, it is. And Reba says, I'm frozen also. Linda Griffin says, bye everyone. Till next time. Yes, because we're not going to go ahead and start a new group this time. I just, we'll go ahead and end here because we have been on here. It's been long enough. It's been 81 minutes. Looks like we've been on here. So I'm not going to redo a login because it doesn't work any other way. And I think, again, it's just got to do with the companies just, they have reduced the amount of bandwidth that they're giving us to do these videos with. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. I see Maria saying goodnight. So we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. And I will see you all on Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to come any other time. If I do come any other time, it would have to be in the evening because that Monday at 1 p.m. is just horrible. So, and June says, I'm not frozen, but good night, y'all, and have a good day. You can hear me, but I'm frozen on your screen, or should be, because I'm frozen on my screen. So, yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. She's saying, okay, thanks for the fun. So, I'll see you all next Wednesday. Good night, everybody. There's no need for me to wave at you all because you can't see it anyway. So until then, stay safe and stay blessed, everybody. Good night.